Greetings, and welcome back to the MCOC Encyclopedia. Today, as promised, we'll be going through the path from 7.3.6 that I recommended in my previous video with the team I recommended using. This will be much more relaxed, but I still suggest you go and watch that video first, as it contains most of the key information around the quest. And with that, let's jump in. So, here we are in 7.3.6, and we'll be taking the Luke Cage path towards Kang. The team today is 6-star rank 3 Hyperion, 6-star rank 3 Medusa, 6-star rank 3 King Groot, 6-star rank 3 Bullseye, and 7-star rank 1 Gamora. First up we have Luke Cage, and we will be using Medusa. In this fight, we have Acid Wash, and that is really the only way we can get our damage with Medusa, is by using the Toxicant Toxican node and gaining extra poisons. We've had some very high RNG giving us lots of poisons, but that has now fallen off, and we do have to be very careful to watch out for redoubled determination. The more debuffs you put on the opponent, the more power and attack they have, but bleeds, poisons and armor breaks, all of which Medusa has, though Luke Cage is bleed immune, count twice for this node. So if we stack up too many, we really do have to be careful. However, to help us, we do have poison vulnerability, and our 15k mediums are really helping chip this fight down pretty quickly. Luke Cage is one of the slowest fights on the path, because not only is he quite tanky, he's got his indestructible as well. Like right now, we just can't do any damage to him at all. It doesn't matter what we try, he's just not going to take it. However, when we've got a poison on him, which doesn't do much damage, but by the by, we do get some pretty good damage going through. Some slight stutters on my phone there, but with, sort of nearly 10k light crits and buffed Medusa that can now go to 6 Furies instead of just 3, we get some decent damage. I probably could have gone for Medusa's Armor Shatter in this fight, so either a special 1 or a special 3, but I didn't. That would have given us 2 permanent debuffs, 1 Armor Shatter and 1 Armor Break on Luke Cage, so we would have constantly had to worry about redoubled determination, and whilst yes, I do often have more debuffs on him than that anyway, I just didn't. A lot of Medusa's damage when the opponent is armor shattered does also come from extra bleeds, which Luke Cage is immune to, so even if he wasn't immune to it, we really wouldn't want to go for that, because then all of those bleeds would have been shooting his power and attack up like crazy. But despite all of that, that fight goes down relatively easy, 1 minute 47. Up next, we have Sabretooth, and I think we use Gamora here? Come on. Yes, Gamora. Gamora is excellent for this path because she can just build a lot of damage simply by hitting the opponent, and then we can sort of feed into that with poison vulnerability. So, we're just looking to build our buffs, there we go, and I am purposely doing a light ending combos with Gamora. She has a chance to gain cruelties on mediums and furies on light attacks. However, cruelties only affect her crits, and furies only affect all of her. Sorry. Cruelties only affect crits, whereas Furies affect all of her attacks, so it makes sense, in my mind, to go for light ending combos to build more Furies. I should have gone for a heavy attack there to refresh all of my buffs, but I didn't, and I should have gone 1 for 1 there as well to heavy counter a special 1. Not quite sure why I'm not, but just hitting him seems to be doing a pretty good job. Sabretooth does have a lot of inbuilt regen, but with all of the poisons we're getting, and the fact I'm running the Despair Mastery, we can pretty easily shut that down. Why am I not going for heavy attacks here? Ah well, past tense me. So here we have to be careful. I can't hit him because 3 poisons would push him straight to special 3, so there it comes. And the plan here is kind of just to hit him. With 18k mediums with poisons, we don't have to go for the special 3, which will give him lots of power, remember, because even the special 3, the power that it gives them, that'll get boosted by redoubled determination as well. And all we need now is 1 more poison and a good combo, and he'll be going down. Unfortunately, we didn't get it there. Get it here? Yes, there's our final poison. So 1 more combo, and this fight should be over if we get a crit. There we go. 17k light attack is very, very respectable. Up next, we have Thor Ragnarok, and I believe we end up using Bullseye for this fight. Bullseye is not a champion that will show big flashy numbers, but simply the fact that every attack he does is a crit. He can't not crit, although he can get auto-blocked. Simply means that it's very, very consistent. We know that every single attack we do, every medium attack will do 6,600 damage. Every light attack will do however much as light attacks we're doing. And we do have access to furies and cruelties of our own. As long as we keep that poison going, we should really have no issues in this fight. But we do need to watch out for Thor Ragnarok's power gain. I've timed it here so he has 1 charge, so I can just tap him when he's at low power. There we go. And, I go for the more hits than I probably should. Here I very much could have gone for a special attack to interrupt his power gain, and in any other fight I would have done, but in this fight, knocking him down, that would have removed the poison, made him go debuff immune, which would have just extended the fight out longer than necessary. So here I'm just going to keep hitting him instead, and as before, every single one of our combos is exactly the same. We know how much damage we're going to get out of him. Here we're just going to get in as a special out of him. He's at low power, so we can just tap him there to trigger the power gain. Shield hit number 1, we're going to get a second one, nope, special 2. We're going to need a special 2 out of him at some point. There it comes. But now our poisons have fallen off, and we're kind of in our corner, so we do want to push him back a bit. No poisons on that combo, which is a bit unfortunate. Only a poison on the end of that combo, and our damage triggers before the poison. So if you see there, we did sort of 200, 300 damage, even though we triggered the poison on that hit, because we do damage, then the poison triggers, which means Acid Wash can be turned off. There again, 279 damage, and then the poison triggers. Really looking to get that special 2 out of him, but we're just going to block it in the corner, no worries at all. And here I'm sort of realising that I could probably shut it down with Bullseye's Evade Special 2 trick, so we're just going to bait the special out of him and then go for that. We've got 3 poisons, but that shouldn't be a big issue. Let him hit into us, evade, our specials go unblockable, and we have more than enough damage to close out that fight without issue. And I was at 1 minute 46. That was exactly the same length, pretty much, as Medusa. It was 1 hit faster and 1 second faster as well. So Bullseye, even though he shows no big numbers by himself, actually matched Medusa pretty much hit for hit. Up next, we have Nightcrawler, and here we will be using Gamora. The reason I'm using Gamora here is because Nightcrawler and his evades are very annoying, so all I want to be doing is simply just hit him whilst he's stunned. So medium, light, light, back up. Looking for the parry. There we go. Medium, light, light, back up. And that's pretty much what this entire fight is going to be. We've had terrible poison RNG so far, going 9, 10 hits. There we go. Took to hit number 11 to get a poison, then we got 2 back to back. I'm pretty sure Gamora can fit her heavy attack within the stun window, so Nightcrawler wouldn't be able to evade out of the light hit, but I don't want to risk it. So we just go medium, light, light, back up. We block the poisons. We do very big damage. He evades there because he wasn't stunned. Medium, light, light, back up. If we do get a chance to switch his stance, I absolutely will go for it, but it hasn't shown its face just yet. Medium, light, light, back up. Parry, medium, light, light, back up. Got 3 crits on that combo for some great damage. 18k on the mediums. Gamora has some excellent damage, and she's only got, well, at the time she had only 9 buffs. When above 8 personal buffs, Gamora can't miss, but that's also not important in this fight, as that's not something we have to worry about. Parry, medium, light, light, back up. I'm saving the special 3 for if we need to gain a bit of space, but here we've got the parry and the lag spike. There we go. Medium, light, 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 back up. Oh, we've got the parry straight away. Medium, light, light, back up. Bait the special 1, and a 22k hit to end it out. Very, very nicely there. Nightcrawler's low health pool is helpful in that fight, but he is still an opponent not to be underestimated. Up next we have Green Goblin, and we will be using Bullseye here as well. In this fight, what do we have to watch out for? Well, Green Goblin's chip damage off the special 1 is quite annoying, but getting clipped by that special 2 is even worse, so I am going to be sticking to baiting the special 1 here. I can fully dex the special 2, it's not reliable, and Green Goblin has a nasty habit of sort of catching you on the dashback with it, so I'm just not going to risk it. He does also have some serious regen if he's got the same or more orange than green tokens, but with all the poisons and the Despair Mastery, that's not a huge issue. Also, he can only regenerate damage he is taken directly, so any of our burst damage, our instant bleeds, the Bullseye's trigger, or any of the poison damage, he cannot regenerate. So, in this fight, we're just looking to keep those poisons going. We're having some pretty miserable RNG with the poisons here. So I'm kind of looking, well, the only way I can get more poisons is by hitting him, so we do need to bait out his specials, and his specials are annoyingly long. But we're looking to build up to 3 bars of power, go evade, which cancels our special 3, so we go evade special 2, we gain a fury if we evade it straight away, and with the poisons and poison vulnerability, we will be able to get some very good damage out of it as well. If we didn't have right back at it and Acid Wash, you could then go straight in for a special 1 and get lots more damage that way as well, the standard sort of Bullseye rotation. However, right back at it will mean that that is significantly more difficult. Or, it's not difficult, we can still do it, but it's not going to do any damage. So we're just getting up to our special 3, catch him on the dashback there, looking to trigger a poison, we got it. Now we're just going for this special 1, and we are good to go. He's got 2 poisons, so we're going to let him hit into us, evade. There we do get the fury, and it's fully unblockable, and it's not enough to close out the fight because all of our poisons dropped off. Unfortunate, but not much we can do about it. We did passively stun him there at the end, and because I'm bad I didn't get the perfect release, but I don't play Bullseye a huge amount, so I'm not quite sure of the timing just yet. However, that did chunk down a decent amount of his health. So we're basically just looking to do the same thing now, and unfortunately just keep baiting those special ones. More poisons, more power he gains, but now the poison RNG is sort of slightly in our favour. We're sort of sticking it around 1 or 2 poisons, so that's sort of helping us not deal with too much chip damage. Here we could go for his special 2, we could go for our special 2. Our special 2 is probably enough to shut down the fight at this point, so we get the accidental evade there, so we don't you don't get the fury if you don't throw the special 2 straight away with Bullseye, so you want to evade straight into special 2 for that big fury, but here we just catch him on the dash back, and I'm just going to throw the special 2 because I know we've got more than enough damage to close out that fight. Bullseye, again, no big flashy numbers, but he does close out fights reliably. That fight was a bit longer, but I'm going to blame Green Goblin for that one. Up next, and last on the path, we have Emma Frost, and she is the reason we have brought Medusa for this fight, or for this path. Emma Frost in her diamond form is fully poison immune, and given that we need the opponent to be poisoned, getting rid of that diamond form is absolutely imperative. Luckily we can do that simply by armor breaking her, and Medusa has perhaps the easiest access to armor break in the entire game, just on her medium attacks and her special 1 and her special 3. In this fight, again, I could have also gone for Medusa's sort of medium in special 1, or her special 3, to trigger the armor shatter. That would have put a permanent armor break on her, or at least really long. It lasts as long as the armor shatter does. But we decide not to. I don't know why. I'm really just going for a tactic of just sort of hit them until they fall over, because that's served me well so far on the path. I have no issues with either of Emma Frost specials, but don't forget those reverse controls. They're relatively simple, as it's just Dex and Dex pause Dex, depending on which special you're baiting, but Medusa is absolutely chunking through this Emma Frost without issues. 15k mediums that we're seeing, like we saw against Luke Cage, when the poisons are around, really is very helpful. So this fight is pretty much already closed out. She's down to about a third health left. We've got our 6 Furies. Maybe should have gone for a special 3 here. That would have done a significant amount of damage with all of those Furies and the poisons and the poison vulnerability, but we didn't. Again, just going for the slow and steady. I would rather be slow and come out of the fight in a good place than risk something and not, despite what you might see in my other videos, where I go, I've got enough damage, and then it turns out I don't. But that is the path down with relative ease. Remember, those last 3 defenders are much tougher than the first 3. As always, use that champion swapper if you need it, because up next is Big Bad Kang number 1. Do remember that unlike the other bosses we've seen so far, this Kang is considered a tech champion. He will gain some extra attack versus Cosmics, but he is technically tech, so we can gain extra attack using Cosmics against him. Everything in this fight revolves around that power loop. Currently set at 0, and we know the next one will be 2. So I am just wasting time in this first phase, because I need to be at 0 bars of power when that goes round. We're now going to bait the special 1 out of Kang. Come on, Kang. Please. Special 1. Thank you. Dex. I don't quite get that last Dex. We block it. But King Groot is power drain immune, so we don't have to worry about that at all. We now have to get to special 3. Dex. Don't get the Dex there. We get hit, which means we get stunned, which means we now have quite an issue. We need to push Kang to his special 1, so we can Dex that because the timer is paused during his specials, but he doesn't want to throw it. So the tilt begins. He didn't throw it, we took damage, and there wasn't much we could do about it. If I hadn't have got hit, maybe I could have done something about it there, but this is why we bring King Groot. His regeneration is excellent, and despite taking a full combo and part of a special 1 and some block damage and some burst from failing a power loop, we're already back up to 75% health. So we got our third power charge, and now we're just putting some permanent armor breaks on Kang, setting up for the long haul. We got 7% off in that first phase, and we're going for the special 1, so now we are down at 0 bars of power, and now we just wait. We just wait. We bait a heavy because it's really long. There we go, we're at 0 bars of power. We're going to Dex his special 1 here. Dex, and then block. So we block it so we don't gain extra power and get pushed to special 2. This fight is all about controlling your own power bar. Here we know we need to get to special 2, so we want 1, 2, 3 Dexes, so we can throw our special 2. That'll be our third power charge, and we get to stun him again with the time collapse. We have 6 permanent armor breaks on him now, so that is helping our damage go up significantly, and despite all of the damage we have taken so far, King Groot is back to a full yellow bar. He is an absolute tank. So there is a transition phase, and we are now into phase 2. We need to get to special 3 very, very quickly. So, Dex, dex, and in this phase you gain so much power from dexing that special 1. And we got from 0 bars to 3 bars pretty much straight away. However, we now need to get down to 0 bars of power, which means we've got to throw several special 1s. King Groot, again, is power drain immune, which actually makes this phase more difficult, because we can't block his special 1 to drain our power. We have to just dump specials. But dex, 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 and we went from 0 to 3 pretty much straight away. If Kang hadn't decided to throw that special 1, then more tilt as this fight becomes significantly more difficult. There I should have blocked, because now I'm at 2 bars of power and I need to knock him down with a special 1. The small power trickle has pushed me back to special 2, so actually I throw 2 special 2s back to back. And here I dash in to try and hit him with the special 1, but Kang is a sly bastard, which means he now triggers his special 2. But that counted for a power charge because we had the right amount of power when the loop ended, so he gets stunned. The poisons are ticking away, they're not doing much admittedly, but we're going to keep beating him down. And we go for our special 2 to dump power. We needed to knock him down with the special 2, so we do that straight away. Annoyingly, I block the special 2 here, but we do manage to get the dex on the beams. Mostly, apart from that one. But here we're trying to get down to 0 bars of power, but we're special locked. So I am baiting lots of Kang's special 1s, because his special 1 pauses his timer. You see, 0 is not going round, so now we can throw our special 1, but we really need to throw the special 1 again. There we go, so we bait the heavy, throw special 1, so we're now at 0 bars of power, and then we knock him down, so we've got 2 power charges back to back, dex, dex, block, so now we can throw our special 2. And that will be our 4th power charge, so we know going into this next phase, we've got 14 of those passive furies, and we're going for our special 2 here, which doesn't do as much damage as I'd like it to. That's our regen phase back now, which means our damage is hampered slightly, but we're still beating down Kang pretty well. I'm quite pleased about the regen, because, you know, I've got quite a lot of it. Dex, or block, 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 there's no need to risk the dex here, and the slight power trickle, though it has now been reset, is enough to push us to special 3. So we drop the special 3, but now we need to get down to special 1 again. So we're blocking it to make sure we don't get too much extra power. The ability accuracy reduction means we only actually get 1 armor break there, which is a little bit annoying. And the power trickle has now pushed us to 1 bar of power. Block, 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 because we don't want to be dexing this. Hit, special 1, now we're at 0 bars of power, just. So now we need to get to special 2, so that would be dex, block, block, most likely. So let's go for it. Special 1, please, Kang. Special 1, please, Kang. Dex, or that was block, dex, block, but close enough. We go for our special 2, which is more than enough here. That's our 3rd power charge, so we need 1 more. So here we go, we just dump the special 2. The timer isn't paused because it's the wrong special attack. If it had been a 2, it would have been... we get hit by the special 2 again. It would have been paused because it's paused during the right special attack. We are hanging on by the absolute thread, but there we go, time collapse coming in here. Luckily, again, King Groot is an absolute tank with one of the biggest health pools out there, and that regeneration is just insane. We managed to get Kang down into phase 3, so he's now in his passive phase, so he's just sort of sitting there. He's indestructible, and now he's in his aggressive phase, which means he's fully unblockable. I'd really like some more regen here, please. So there we go, King Groot's regen is coming back around again. But this is phase 3, which is the hard to gain power up phase. And we need to get to special 3 straight off the bat. And if you look, the next one coming up is also special 3, which basically means that was an impossible roll. There was basically nothing we could do there. So we lose our King Groot. No solo, but by the by. We're going to be going in with Gamora next, because Gamora is excellent against an opponent that can't do anything, i.e. in the wounded / time collapsed phase, because you can just hit the opponent and build up buff after buff after buff and keep them refreshed. So we know he's special 1 for this first phase, so we're going to beta heavy, and that's a really good way to get the fight started. Yes, you can parry this Kang, but remember he's got his built-in limber, which means he's going to be constantly reducing your stuns. There we block the last hit, which drains a whole lot of power, but we go for our special 1, which is enough to get through that phase. We've now got special 3. Special 3 then 0, so that is good, but we need to dex, dex, dex. If we block a single hit, there is no way we're getting to special 3. Unfortunately, we do a combo that ends with the same one here, but we just about managed to get the special 1 out of him. We can go hit, hit, and you have to throw the special 3 with excellent timing in this phase. There is constant power drain on you, which means if you hit and then wait, a few frames, the power drain will drain you back to 2.99 bars of power, so you can't actually throw the special 1. Or special 3, sorry. There we let him drain us, so we don't have our special 1, because he's going... There we go, so we need 0 in this phase, which is very easy in this phase. We now want 2, so it's going to be a dex, dex, dex for sure. So come on, Kang. Dex, dex, dex. We note we've got 2 again, so I don't mind if I build to sort of 2.5 bars of power. If I had 2, then 0, I might try and go for sort of much closer, but here I kind of had to throw it quickly anyway because we didn't want to push him to special 2, but we get the accidental block, which means we had all of our power drained. So dex, 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 and we got just about enough to get it there. We do. Good, knock him down there. We're up to 5 power charges. Dex, dex, block. Oh, dex, dex, dex. But it's 0 now. So we're both at 0 bars of power, so we can kind of just relax a little bit. Dex, dex, block to drain our power back down because I got a bit overexcited. Here, just looking to refresh my buffs, so we do that before going in for our big damage phase. We go for another heavy. We're just waiting for that 0 to go around. I knock down Kang with a heavy, which unfortunately paused at the time. I just need this cycle to end, and there it goes. We've got 10 of the passive Furies. We've got a whole bunch of our own buffs, which we refresh, and now Gamora is absolutely slapping. Getting, 17k, 18k light attacks, 30k medium attacks, but now we've got to get to special 3 very quickly, and I've forgotten that I've drained my power a few times, but we're just going for Dex on Kang. Dex, Dex, Dex. We're going for the special 3, so we've got to get our timing right. And we do. We go for it very well. There. So special 3 from into Kang. Skip that. Now we've got a special 1. So Dex, Dex, Dex. Easy, nice easy phase there for the special 1. We've got 2 charges. Got very lucky, didn't punish me there. We need Dex, 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 because we've got to get to that special 3. Bleed's ticking away, but they've just fallen off as well. So come on. Dex, Dex, Dex. And here we've got to get our timing right, but we don't. We fail the timing, which means we're now going to take a full combo from Kang and fail that power loop, which means we fall over. That one there was absolutely on me, mistimed the special 3 throw, but Kang is so unbelievably close to his phase 4, that we're going to be going with Hyperion, who is our phase 4 counter. When I say unbelievably close, he was 250 health away from it. So just literally one more hit from Gamora and I wouldn't have actually died there. Unfortunately, Kang and his aggressive phase can't be knocked down, and Hyperion's heavy is quite long, but now it is the special 3 race. You can see we are both rapidly gaining power, but I only gain it when close to Kang. He gains it all the time. Hyperion's personal power gain is very helpful, and that intercept there was super clutch, or Kang would have thrown his special 3, and we would have lost. Strikers here are so unbelievably helpful, and I can't remember why I didn't put one on my Hyperion, because then you go for you get your intercept, you combo, you striker, you combo into your special 3. That hit keeps Kang locked down, and that is so important. As always, move to that final node, don't quit out, and feel silly. So, there you have it. Everything you need to know to complete all of 7.3.6. Up next, 7.4, we are pushing on to Kang 2 before December the 10th to try and get as many people Paragon as possible before the 7 Stars event. If you have any questions, please do leave them down below, and consider also joining the Discord server linked in the description. A great place to get specific advice, make suggestions for future video topics, and as long as I'm awake, I do my best to be there as much as possible. Thank you, and I will see you next time.